Okay, I think I'm ready. All right. My volume is up. Okay, if you can hear me, please type that you can hear me in that chat box. All right. I'm pretty excited right now, man. I'm excited because I'm broadcasting live on my website, and I don't usually do that. I usually do it through YouTube or on Facebook, but it seems to be working, and I'm pretty excited. So we got 2 more minutes before we start, and I see that there is an Egyptian prince on in the chat. Let's see if there's, wait, let me start at the beginning. Hello, Egyptian prince. I love it. I see your message. Hi, Hela. Thank you. Hi, darling. Okay, got your question. Janine. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is huge. Okay, so I'm so happy to see you here, Janine. It's a real pleasure. And I'm really happy to hear about your baby coming home. We will definitely get some loving insights for your little one, for sure. I'm very excited about that. And then guest number 932. And, oh, that's Betty. Hi, darling. Hi, yes, okay, I will definitely post the replay. It'll be here on this page. Actually, you can just come back to this page, and the replay will be up for probably a few days, 2 or 3 days at least, okay? And yes, I will be so happy to answer your question. And then I have my own for one of my clients who's not online, but going to be, I'll answer that offline. And then I have Mariam. Hello, hello, hello. Just taking any message that that I get for you. Oh my gosh, I know it's gonna be good. I know it is. All right, so I'm gonna wait just 1 more minute while I double check my technology and make sure I'm not doing something crazy pants. And I think I'm good. Okay, so I am totally ready to start. Almost totally ready. I've got my mic on, you can hear me. Oh, what I actually am gonna do is plug in my earphones because I have some really good music here. It helps me raise my vibration. And I'm starting to work more with music plugged in because let me tell you something, listening to music when you're doing any kind of a spiritual practice is like, I don't know, it just takes you to a whole new dimension and makes spiritual practice really easy. Meditate with music, whatever, cook to music, make love to music, it's all good. So I want to thank you all for joining me for the full moon live tarot session. I'm going to be doing this every full moon, so once a month. And if you're on my webpage, then you're going to see that there is a schedule at the bottom of the page that has the next full moons through October. The dates that I will actually be offering the tarot readings are actually listed there. These are not necessarily the actual dates of the full moon, but the dates that are full moon within a day or two, usually before the full moon, so that our energy we can get ourselves aligned with what we need to by the time the full moon arrives. So if you've been following me, you know that I am a big follower of the moon. The moon for me is really, really significant. Well, all of the planets are significant for me. I have a relationship with all of the planets, but the moon holds a particular connection for me. I believe strongly in using the moon as a guide. The moon is new every 28 days. How does that work? Sorry. The moon is new for 2 weeks, and then you go into the full moon phase for 2 weeks. So you get the new moon energy that rolls around about once every 28 days. The new moon is a time of creativity, and the full moon is a time of shadow. So I like to think that the new moon is about being creative, thinking about what you want to put into the world, and the full moon is about going inward and finding your shadow. So when the moon rises in the night sky, you'll notice that the world looks mysterious and beautiful, and there's a silver light cast over everything, and things are not as they appear. So when the full moon comes, it's really important that you slow down and you not rely so much on your rational mind or your eyes. Yeah, so you have to go slowly and you have to step a little bit more cautiously. There are things that are there that you can't necessarily see. So you really want to use your intuition during the full moon, which is one reason why I am doing these tarot sessions. The tarot sessions give us an opportunity to look inward and to get messages from within. So I'm going to be using my Aquarian tarot deck. If I feel inspired, Spirit tells me to, I might grab another deck. Because I'm traveling, I have just one paper deck, but I have several paper decks. And I have several electronic decks that I use. And electronic decks are equally as powerful as paper decks. I can guarantee you all the magic is there, and maybe it's even better because it's faster. And we all know that faster is better. Just kidding. Joking. All right, so tonight we're going to be reading using the paper cards, and like I said, if I do, if Spirit prompts me, then I'm going to use the electronic decks. I'm going to, during this time, every reading that I do for every person is not just speaking to that person. If you're here on this call live, it's because there's a connection that we are all having together. We're all operating at the same frequency, and there's probably something here for you, even if you've not entered a question for me. So there's always something to learn, and it's great when people ask their questions here and let me share the answers. It gives us all a chance to heal and take something from the group energy. So again, so this is a full moon. The full moon rises tomorrow. So Wednesday, May 10th is the date of the full moon. And this time the full moon is rising in Scorpio. And the sun is in Taurus, and the full moon is in Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio are on opposite ends of the spectrum. So right now, the sun, which is a masculine outward expression of energy, is in Taurus, and the moon, which is a feminine inward expression of energy, is in Scorpio. And what this means is that at every full moon, when we're in the full moon phase, we have the heat of the sun shining the light in the face of what is important for us in the world. So now the sun is in Taurus, which means that what is Taurian is important for all of us, whether you're Taurus or not. Just because you're not born under the sign of Taurus doesn't mean that you're not experiencing the life of Taurus right now. We all are. The sun is in the constellation of Taurus. So all of us are Taurus while the sun is here. So what is Taurus? What does it mean to be Taurus? Taurus is a feminine sign, which is very, very good, strong, formidable in the material world. Taurians are very good in their bodies. They're physical beings. They're sensual. They are good with material resources. They are ruled by Venus, and Venus is about love, profit, money, wealth, beauty, art, creativity, connection. So all of these things, the sun is shining light for us to enjoy. So if you're Taurus or you have Taurus rising, then this is highlighted for you. If you're not Taurus or don't have Taurus rising, it doesn't mean that you're in the dark and nothing's happening. It's highlighted for you as well. So what you want to do is take your energy, your focus, and put it on the things that are Taurian in your life. Again, love, sex, sensuality, money, profit, art, beauty. And the beautiful thing about Taurus is that these people are not flaky at all. These are some grounded, very resourceful people. So if you have bills that need to be paid, if you want to work on your income, if you want to organize your budget, if you want to do anything that creates a solid financial landscape, now is the time to do it. The sun is going to be here for another 2 weeks at least. Take advantage of those things and work on your money. Now's a good time to think about money. Now's a good time to think about business. Now, we're going to go into the moon. I'm not going to be talking too much more. I can't not talk about astrology because I love it and it's everywhere. However, I'm going to focus now on the moon, and I'm going to get into the tarot readings. So the moon, as I said, is feminine, and she is full in the sign, the opposite sign of Taurus, which is Scorpio. Now, when signs are opposite, it does not mean that they are opposite. As a matter of fact, it kind of means that they're the same. So they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. However, they have usually the same kind of goals, the same kind of integrity. They just are expressing themselves in different ways. Because what's being expressed with Taurus is about this kind of material manifestation. Taurus is an earth sign. Scorpio is a water sign. And Scorpio, and this is where it gets really fun, this is why we are so blessed right now. This is such a great time. Scorpio is a sign of birth, death, and rebirth. So right now is the time for remaking yourself, transformation. Scorpio is the time for remaking yourself, transformation. It's about the sex drive, our urges for sexuality, which is also our urge for creativity, for giving birth, for bringing things into the world. So Scorpio is a highly intelligent, highly intuitive sign. It's ruled by Mars. So it, like Taurus, is very good in its body. The sign of Mars is masculine. The planet Mars is masculine, and it's sexual, it's virile, it is energetic, it's athletic. And with Scorpio, you may not see them necessarily as athletic, but they got some good endurance. These are some strong people who are very, very focused with their energy and very good at channeling energy, strongly intuitive, strongly knowing, very sharp, very keen. So, by the way, I wrote on my blog a report about today's moon or I'm sorry, tomorrow's moon, and I posted a ritual that you can follow to help you actually connect with the beautiful, rich, dark aspect of Scorpio. Now, the dark aspect of Scorpio is not bad, it's not negative, it's not mean. The dark aspect of Scorpio is that deep, raw, unbridled passion and that strong core sexual drive. So in this ritual, I give you an opportunity to tune into that energy in a very safe way by using your third eye. So we use the moon, the full moon in Scorpio, to help open up your third eye and to help bring you into a place of deep connection with what I call the void, which is this kind of the canvas on which the world is created. It's God, Goddess's canvas. A really powerful place. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So make sure you check out my post. If you look at my, if you're on my website, you just go to my blog. You will find the post there. It's at the top. Enjoy the reading. Enjoy the ritual. All right. So with this full moon in Scorpio, we have been building with the sun. We've been building our resources, building our relationships, building all those Taurian things. Now we've got the moon in Scorpio. We are now going to go inward and we're going to focus on our shadow. We're going to focus on what needs to be released, the things that are holding us back. Remember, Scorpio is about death, birth, death, and rebirth. So there's something in you that wants to be birthed, but it can't come through until the old paradigm, the old understanding of yourself dies. Yes, something's got to die. So let your old self die. That should have been the name of that post. You know, full moon in Scorpio, let the old self die because it's tired so that the new self can come in. So going through our tarot readings this evening, I want you all to keep in mind that the energies that are going to be guiding us in this session are probably going to be really about shadow because this is the nature of the full moon. So as we're doing our readings, keep that in mind and don't be too afraid if you hear something that gives you a little bit of a scare. Very often, my idea of working with tarot is to always give the pure channeled message from your spirit guide because that's how we work. However, I need to give you that information in a way that you can receive it, and so I work with my own spirit guides to help bring the message to you in a loving and helpful way. So you ain't got to be afraid of nothing while you are on this session. So I've already prepared my space. I've got a little candle lit. I've done my smudging with my Palo Santo. And I'm going to go ahead and tuck into these readings right now. So let me check in here and see who's online. I've got my girls, my crew, and I see that Liz has signed on. Hi, Liz. Hi, Frida. Hey, Paloma. Okay, excellent. So we've got a wonderful group of people here. And I want to, I'm going to spread my cards out a little bit. Sorry for the noise if this shuffling is loud, but I like to do a big, loud shuffling on my cards. It's a part of the thing that makes me feel present. So, here comes the noise. Ah. Okay, so I'm going to just go down the list and start taking questions here, my friends. First question is going to Egyptian Prince. And the question is for my lovely friend here. Okay, and I'm spreading out the cards. Okay, here we go. Yep, all right. Okay, here we go. Yep. The question is, I would like to ask, what is the next step I should be focusing on here? All right. Oh, this one. Yep, here. What should you be focusing on? Okay. So this is the Nine of Rods. And the traditional meaning of the Nine of Rods card is that you've had your defenses up for a while. And you have been, like, you've had your defenses up and you needed to have your defenses up. But now maybe you don't need to have your defenses up so much. The idea is that you're still a little bit untrusting. Like maybe you've gone through some really difficult times and now you've come through them. And now you know that things are better, but you're still not trusting that you're not pummeled by the universe again, okay? So this Nine of Wands kind of represents someone who is wary and a little nervous and wary, on guard, on the lookout of danger, on the lookout for danger. The thing is, the reason why the card usually comes up is because the card is saying you need to let down your guard. However, you should not let down your guard if you do not have a strong spiritual base, okay? Now, I just said you should not let down your guard if you don't have a strong spiritual base, and I kind of said that wrong. What I should have said is let down your guard by strengthening your spiritual base. Let down your guard by knowing the truth of who you are. If you are living through your ego, you do not have a good base. Your ego is a protector of its own story, of its own dogma. You are not that ego and you are not that dogma. So if you're relying on that dogma to protect you, you're basically saying, I'm identified with my ego, I'm identified with its story. And no wonder you're afraid, because ego is created itself for fear. It created itself its own job. Ego wanted a job, it created one, and it gave itself a stupid job. Because before ego came into being, you were the divine, perfect, powerful. And now this ego comes in, distracts you, has you thinking that you're actually not divine and powerful, but that instead you're weak, with ADD, with compulsive eating disorder, whatever your issues are. I'm telling you my own issues here. Don't identify with that stuff. So you cannot let down your guard if you say that you are broken. You won't be able to. The only way you can really let down your guard is if you say, I know who I am. I am that I am. Because that's the only true power that you have, is your knowing of the divine that resides within you. Okay? So, in answering your question, On what should you be focusing? You should be focusing on your spiritual base. You should be focusing on the truth of who you are. Now, if you're looking for a more material world answer, I don't think that it's going to be appropriate for me to put this into material world, like, oh, you should be focusing on career or health or business, because none of that stuff truly matters. The thing that truly matters is how you feel within yourself, your place of trust. So what should you focus on? Your place of trust. Tomorrow's full moon is a great opportunity for you to come into yourself and to look at the places where you don't trust, where you feel like you are not a strong person, where you feel like you are not a worthy person. Your place of trust is your foundation, your true faith in whatever God you hold. That is your true foundation. That's where your focus should be. All right, Hela, I hope that was helpful to you, my friend. If you have more input about that, then please type a message into the chat box and I'll make my way down there, okay? Actually, what I'll do is refresh the screen and see if there's any more input there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Next on my list here is Miss Janine Pendleton. All right. Janine. Bringing baby home from the intensive care unit today after 2+ months. Any insights on his health going forward would be great. And we can do this. We're going backwards. That's right. This is what we're doing because this is what we do. And we trust 100% our instinct, our intuition. We follow and we do it. All right. Thank you so much. Here we go. This is the message for Janine and the baby. Here we go. All right, Janine. Now, this card is the 8 of Swords. Now, if you look at this card, you see a woman who's bound by some ropes. She's blindfolded and she's standing in in some kind of a cone. I don't know what that is, but she's surrounded by 8 swords. So swords represent the mind, and the 8 of Swords represents being in a prison of your own mind. And Janine, your baby is a very special being, and it's really important that you get on board and understand that your baby is not here for the purpose that you think your baby's here for. Don't think that just because your baby's been in ICU that your baby's weak. Your baby is very, very strong. Your baby's very, very powerful. What you got to do, though, is get on board with your baby, because your baby knows why why he's here. He knows. You aren't sure. Baby doesn't have any issues, but you do. So what you're going to have to do is start thinking outside the box. Your fears, your doubts about your capabilities, your doubts about your whatever situation, your doubts about health, doubts, all that stuff is a false illusion. Sorry, a false reality. false reality, collective conscious reality that doesn't have anything to really do with the truth of who your baby is. Your job, Janine, is going to be to unstick yourself, to to set yourself free. You have 8 prison guards that are keeping you locked in. For your shadow work, and you know about shadow work, I want you to take a journal and a pen and just write. You can ask the moon, the universe, God, yourself, whoever, your angels, to tell you what prison guards are keeping you locked into this state of, I don't want to call it confusion. Doubt keeps coming in. The word doubt keeps coming in. So, for example, I'm going to give an example of a place where I am in a prison like this. I could possibly say, yes. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was contemplating a little something something with a certain someone. And what I noticed was that there were walls. I was her. Look, my hair even looks like hers, except she's got bangs. We got a ponytail, right? I was her. I was thinking along all paradigms. I was not thinking in terms of my power. I was thinking in terms of old, outdated beliefs. I was thinking in terms of my fears about my body. I was thinking in terms of fears about my age, thinking in terms of fear about my future, not knowing what I wanted, right? So I'm already at 5 prison guards, okay? What I want you to do is to find 8 prison guards that are keeping you in a place of fear or doubt. The word for you is doubt, keeping you in a place of doubt about whether it's your abilities to be, whatever your issues are, Janine. I want you to write down in a journal, and you pray for insight and guidance for how to set yourself free so that you can know the truth of what's right for you and your baby. All right, let me know. Give me feedback, Janine. Tell me tell me where you are and if this makes sense. All right, and I will be going through like follow up with you. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to go on to the next question. And actually, we're going to do a little smudging, a tiny bit of smudging. If you don't know what smudging is when you take an herb like sage and you burn it, you create smoke, and then you smudge yourself with it. You use that smoke to release whatever you want to be released. And I like to use Palo Santo. This Palo Santo was given to me by a Croatian woman here, a friend of mine, a new friend. I've made many new friends here. And it smells so nice. It's a wood, and I wanted to do like this, say smell my wood. Did I just say that? Oh, smell my wood. That's a total pickup line for a hippie guy. Hey, baby, would you like to smell my wood? Okay, I'm so sorry. I hope no one is offended by my sense of humor. I'm just kidding. I'm not really sorry, and I'm doubting if you're offended. Most of the people who roll with me can roll with me and my whack sense of humor. We are now going to answer Miss Betty's question. She's curious about work and love. Couldn't figure out, oh, yes, okay, all right. So Betty wants some insight about work and love. Here we go. Okay, here you go, thank you. Let's see what that is. All right, looks like it's 3 of coins, 3 of pentacles, 3 of coins. So Betty, for this, for your question, the 3 of coins represents, actually, let me do this a little bit differently. So the idea of this card is that you've kind of, you've started something. You're onto something, you're building something. And it's working. You are good at what you do. But you are in a building stage right now. So that's important to understand, that you are building. This is not the end of the journey, but you are at a point where you will be getting recognized for the work that you do. You do good work. And now is the time for more focus to be placed on you, on your work, on your achievements. Now, you asked about love and work. I just told you about work. I'm going to give you the same exact answer for love because that's what feels true. Maybe you've been doing a little bit of, or a lot of bit of work on the inside. And maybe you've been recreating yourself, maybe like a work of art. You've been present with yourself, building yourself. The word that's coming forth, or the phrase that's coming forth, is self-actualizing. So you're like a flower that's blossoming. Let yourself blossom, Betty, and don't be afraid to allow yourself to get picked, okay? So I'm gonna just reach in here and I'm gonna grab one card. We're gonna get a 1 card love reading here. Boom, the moon. So Betty, the moon represents, obviously, femininity. But the moon also represents expanding sexuality. The moon gets enough credit for being super sexy, okay? So when the moon card comes up and there's an opportunity for romance, it's kind of about really letting go of your rational brain and sinking into your sensual, sexual, intuiting nature. I think women are most sexy when they are feeling their way through. Now, don't get me wrong, smart women rock, okay? Women with a good head on their shoulders rock. But man, when that woman can let down her guard and be vulnerable and allow herself to be seen because she knows she is worthy from the inside out, from head to toe, whether she's all glammed up with a 1980s side ponytail like Belinda Carlisle, 1982, the Go-Go's, or whether she's in her PJs, you know, whatever, working from home in bed with a cup of tea. That's a sexy woman who knows who she is. That is the most sexy thing on earth, someone who knows who she is. So that is your romantic reading. It's about being the truth of who you are and letting it show. No more hiding. Come on out, let us see you. All right, I hope that's helpful, Betty. I'm going to refresh my screen here and see what's going on. Let's see, I'm going to see if I've gotten any feedback from Hela or Janine. Miriam says, hey, baby, would you like to smell my wood? Yes. My wood smells better than your wood. Sorry, guys. Okay. And Janine says, this is perfect. Good. Thank you. All right, Janine. I didn't get anything back from Hela. She might have signed off already. So, all right, let me go back into the readings. No more input there. We are good. Okay. All right, so this next reading is an emailed reading that I got. And the initials are S like Sam and K like Kick. Sam Kick. No, it's SK. This is the emailed question that you sent me. And the question is, when do you see my reuniting with my husband? Any guidance or message for me on that, please? Okay, here we go. Boom. That's a good shuffle right there. Nailed it. All right, insights about the relationship, reuniting. Reuniting. When do you see me reuniting? Oh, well, it's optimistic. Okay, so I would say at the first of summer. Yeah. Okay, hold on. How about, okay, so look, I am really not great with dates. I have a mental block when it comes to dates, so you got to bear with me. And oh, this is gonna, you're gonna be mad at me because sometimes I can nail a date, no problem, but other times my ego slips in and I get that little twang of doubt, all it takes is a splinter of doubt like that. Man, and that's what just happened. So here are our options for dates, okay? So my first real impulse is that it's going to happen April 1st. Now, April 1st has passed, so that would mean that it would happen April 1st of next year. Now, hold on. No way. Okay. Yes, 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 way, yes, way. Okay. Here are some dates to look for. April 1st of 2018, October 14th of this year, and perhaps something happened on May 8th, which was just yesterday, that is important. Okay, there you go. Now, those are the dates that I got. April 1st of next year, October 14th of this year, and something important happened yesterday. Now, you're not here to give me any feedback. I'm going to just tell you some other things that I got, some other downloads. Something is happening this summer, and it may not be what you think it is, but something rather good is going to happen this summer, but it may not be the thing you think it is. Okay, that's the reading. That's the reading. Specials happening this summer. August, something special's happening. Okay, there you go. I have to wash my doubt. I have to wash away my doubt. So I'm going to smell my wood. I'm lighting it on a candle. I normally don't do that. I don't know why I don't do that. That's probably some kind of weird superstition that's actually just a weird superstition that I just made up. Oh, good and smoky. Here, have some. Have some Palo Santo. Okay. The great thing about Palo Santo too is that it burns like this for about no more than 2 minutes, and then it beautifully just dies out. So you light it, you get it on fire so it gets a little charred. That's okay. But then once it goes, then you blow it out. You only let it burn for like 10 seconds. And then until you have a little red end, red ember, and then little red ember, and then you get the smoke, and then once that ember dies out, the smoke is gone. You see it's already dying. And this wood is going to last for months. This one little stick of wood. Also, I think they can source Palo Santo in a pretty good way. It's a Peruvian tree, and I think that they plant just for consumption in this way so that they're not taking from the old trees. I think I read that somewhere. I just love that stuff. We can be sustainable. All right, I'm going to go on to the next question. Miriam. Oh, whatever messages you get. Okay. Excellent, my friend. Here we go. A message from Miriam. Ooh, you can read this card yourself. 5 of Rods. Okay. Did we get this card yesterday? Did we just have this conversation yesterday? Did this card come up yesterday when we were talking? Were we talking yesterday and this card came up? Or am I just making up stuff? Tell me, am I just making up stuff, or did this card just come up for you yesterday? Did I pull this card for you yesterday? No, I don't think it was you. Maybe it was for someone else. So this is the 5 of Rods, 5 of Wands, 5 of Rods. And it represents having unsatisfied desires. So basically, there are all sorts of conflicts. Things are working at crosshairs. You can't get anything going on. It's like a struggle. Now, the thing is, this is not a bad card. It's a card of activity that needs to be harnessed and guided. Everybody needs to get on the same page. If you look at the people in this card, they all look pretty peaceful. Nobody's looking too hostile, yeah? Everybody's got an expression of calm. But do you see that they are all looking in totally different directions? They aren't even kind of really watching where they're going, and you can't tell if they're fighting or if they just all got tangled up. That is what you have to be careful of. Now, I want you to remember that this is a full moon reading. Remember, the messages that are coming through are going to be about working on your shadow. So this is saying, get all your people turned in the same direction. Get their sticks all the same length. You know, they all got different length sticks. Somebody's got a short, fat one. This one got a kind of longer, skinny one. He's all little. You know, get things balanced out. You got to do some analytical stuff sometimes. You know, we spiritual beings, everybody's a spiritual being, but we people who like really follow our hearts, we can get really into our heart and we don't use our minds enough. So this card is like, look, you have desires that are not being satisfied, meaning your heart is trying to do something and it's not really getting what it wants. So your heart is trying to go in one direction, your mind is trying to go in another direction, your obligations are trying to take you in this direction, your fears are pulling you over here, your need for social blah, blah, blah is pulling you over there. Your shit's being all pulled apart. You need to get everybody on the same page, everybody in the same book, and then y'all all need to go in the same direction. Is that helpful, sweetie? I hope so. It helped me. I just read that for myself. I'm like preaching to the choir right here. Like, I know what I'm going to do when I get off this call. I am going to sit down and work on my business plan because I am all over the place with what I do and what I offer. But I know more of what I'm offering and what I want to do. I'm going to listen and I'm going to write it down. All right, I'm going to refresh the screen to see. Give me feedback. Let me know if I'm on track or if I'm way off. Please don't feel bad if I'm off. Just let me know. Okay, I'm at the bottom here. Okay, we got Medium. She's good. Thank you. Okay, Liz, what do I need to let go of and what is coming? Very good question. Oh, that's a good question. I need to ask that for myself. Okay, and Medium says, yes, makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. All right. Liz. Here we go. Ha, ha, ha. All righty. Liz wants to know what she needs to let go of and what's coming. Okay, Liz. I could feel that one coming up. Okay, so Liz, you have the Temperance card. Temperance card. The idea of the Temperance card is that the idea of the Temperance card is that you have two elements. There's something that you desire. There's something you desire. And you want to create that thing. It's what we all do. We have a desire and we want to create it through our natural extension, through our creative genius, through our being. Our creative genius is our connection to that I am. With Temperance, you have some elements that are different and you need to temper them. You need to bring them together and to see what you get. Okay, that's going to be your nugget of gold. You're an alchemist. This is the message. Alchemy is the message that goes along with this card. And it's an interesting card. I think this is a really beautiful card because there's so many different elements here. This is so not a traditional tarot card, by the way, for this, but I think this is a beautiful card in and of itself. You have this element of feathers. You have feathers, which implies flight, but it's like it's her cloak. And there's this kind of energy pointing upward, coming from her broad base. And this blue here at the throat is emphasizing the nature of self-expression, and the purple is representing divinity. So the idea is that you're bringing from the earth all the wisdom of the earth, the material wisdom. Hey, we're in Taurus, right? Material well-being, bringing that wisdom upward, and then creating a space of expression for those things. So your question is, what should I let go of? And my answer is, you should let go of any resistance, blockages around the throat chakra, any blockages around the heart, around the solar plexus, around the sacral chakra, around the root chakra. Primarily though, if you're going to first focus will be here on the throat, letting go of the throat blockages. And it's preventing you from speaking your truth, you want to let go. And then you can make your way down the rest of the chakras. And you said, Liz, you said, and what is coming? Well, I think it's obvious that the gold is coming, but let's just take another card. And you get the Fool. Now, the Fool, don't be fooled. The Fool is not a bad card. It's not foolish. The Fool represents the innocence of that I am. The Fool represents being fully untethered, being fully without guile, without ego. This is an egoless being, which is why they call him a fool, because you got no ego. Usually they show the Fool and he's walking along and he's got a dog at his side and he's just walking and he leaps off the ledge. And the idea is that he's a fool because he's leaping and he's not looking. But the thing is, he's divine. What do you got to look for? You don't have to look for nothing. All he's got to do is follow his heart. And all he does is he walks, he leaps, boom, boom, leap. And there's not a net that appears. He doesn't need a net. He just needs his next stepping ground. He leaps, and then the next step appears. Am I doing this? I need animation. I need animation because I'm trying to like illustrate stuff like this. Yeah, but you got the idea. The idea is that you're in a position of absolute freedom to go wherever you want to do, go for your dream, let yourself go, and know that you are supported. You got to know that you are that I am, which means that you can let go. Anything you want, you just have to go for it. All we do though is sit back and think about what can go wrong and what could possibly happen and stuff that doesn't really serve us. Stop wasting your time. You want to know what to let go? Let go of your doubt. Let go of your fear. Let go of your reasons why you can't have the exact thing that you want when you want it. Don't get me started. Boom. 2 great cards. Wow. 2 major arcana cards telling you that you have the power to create. This is the Alchemist, and this is the one saying, go create it. Go create it. The Fool, by the way, this is his staff. On the end of his staff in traditional tarot cards, there's usually a bag, right? So it's like he's carrying his little stick on his bag and he's out on his adventure. He's got all of his potential in the bag that's attached to the stick. So whatever you want, whatever you need is in that bag. Just unpack that bag and go for it. Be foolish. Boom. Liz, I hope that's helpful. Okay. Refreshing. I got tired of listening to that music. I took my earphones out because I got tired of listening to that music. All right, Frida. Ooh, what's coming to me in the way of romantic love? Such a good question. All right, Frida, come on. What's coming for Frida in the way of romantic love? What does that say? Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. I think this Queen of Swords is really beautiful. I love that she has this pinkness here, and her sword, the handle has roses. I love that. And she has long flowing hair. It's very feminine. So Frida, this card represents someone who has, this Queen of Swords is the Queen of Thought. Yeah, someone who thinks a lot, who's in her head. She's the master of her head. Okay, so your question was, and actually let me revisit it. What is coming to me in the way of romantic love? So I've got, okay, so the message that I'm getting actually is, how do I say this? The opportunity is coming for you to get a hold of your mind around the answer, or around the idea of your relationships. That's the answer. The opportunity is coming for you to become the master of your mind. Frida, I think you have a relationship coming in. I'm getting ready to double check myself because dang. Okay, so you got the Chariot for the next card. And Frida, you are being really called to follow your heart and to get your mind under control. So I do feel like you're going to be having a relationship. I think that these cards are saying that you have an opportunity that you need to take, and you're going to have to rise to the occasion, because I think it's going to be an important one. I do. I'm serious. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even going to talk anymore about it, because I think that it's kind of bigger than... Frida, is there somebody that you've met recently that this might be subtle. Is there somebody that you met recently that you might have turned your nose up to? That's something for you to think about, because there's something going on there. And so there's romantic opportunity for you, and you're being taught a lesson right now. And, or well, during this period, you're going to be being taught a lesson. Now, it's not a malicious being taught a lesson like this is payback. I'm making it sound a little bit like retribution, and it's not. You're about to learn something about love that you may not have expected. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, look, the moon's here, the moon. The moon, it's the full moon. I hope somebody's seeing this. Is anybody watching this video, this broadcast right now? Because I want everybody to know that I have the moon in my hands. I heart the moon. Okay, that is so not working. All right, I'm going back to my readings. Frida says she's watching. Thank you. Frida, I think we've got some fun stuff going ahead. I'm thinking that you might be having some interesting times. Again, the thing that I got was summertime. So summertime. I know, during your reading, right? The moon goes during your reading. I love it. Very cool, man. All right. Excellent, Rita. So yes, lots of fun there. And again, the message that I got was that it's time for you to get playful. And that lesson, that thing about the lesson being taught, or yeah, you're being taught a lesson. It's a playful lesson. It's about lightening up. Okay? That's funny. Oh, that's cracking me up. It's about getting light. All right. This is good for a number of reasons. So there you go. That's your reading, Frida. All right. Next on the list is Paloma. Wait, hold on a second. Yes, Paloma. Are we going to have, oh, okay. Are we going to have a relationship? Paloma and Igor. Oh, I love this question. How exciting. I love it. Here we go. All right. Paloma and Igor. Oh, we have two back-to-back relationship questions. Are Paloma and Igor going to be a thing? Oh, yay! Aw, come on. Doesn't that just shout yes? Ace of Cups, new beginnings. Cups represent the heart. Come on, this is such an affirmative reading. So I think the answer is yes. This aces are new beginnings. Cups represent the heart, the emotions. And boy, this cup is just full of sunshine. It's like a cup full of sunshine in a pool of lotus flowers. Those are either lotus flowers or artichokes. I think they're lotus flowers. So, very good. Yay. Okay, I think that's an answer. Very easy question. I love that. And let's see. So you're September 29 and he's, let's see, September 29 makes you a Leo. And he's March 28th, which makes him an Aries. Oh, I think that's such a lovely combination. I think, like, if you go to every astrology page, you'll see that Aries and Leo, I think, will get on pretty well. Malone was like, oh my God, I know, right? Such a cool card to get, man. That's the card you really want to have. That's the card you really want to have at the beginning of any relationship. Like, oh my gosh, that is such an auspicious card. Like, are we going to be together? Yep. Very cool. It just heralds. It heralds goodness. So yes, good. Congratulations on that. And the next question. Okay, hold on. Iman is on the call, but you can't message. Iman is asking for a message too. Okay, can I just get a message? Yes, of course you can get a message. Yes, of course. Come on, it's full moon in Scorpio. Of course you can get a message. My goodness. Here we go. A message for the lovely Iman. Oh, snap. Oh, 8 of Swords. Iman, you have the exact same task as my friend Janine, except it'll be different because, but okay, so look, 8 prison guards. Miriam can show you how to do shadow work, right? And if you all don't feel like doing shadow work together, then at the very least, you need to write down 8 reasons why, or 8, like either 8 reasons why, or let me see, get a little more clear. Okay. This is really interesting, Iman, because I got this card And the spirit guide that's coming to me, can you see that? I got this card, and the spirit guide that's coming to me, this is your spirit guide, by the way, is dressed in white. Oh, dang! Ooh! Oh! Okay, hold on. All right, so this is interesting. Okay, Iman. Oh! Oh, wow! Okay. Iman, you are being called to connect with the lunar goddess. Wow. Okay. All right. So this is a little bit more complicated, and I don't know how much you know about like I don't know how much you know about the Devic realm, astrology, these kinds of things. But let me tell you, I'm going to just try to be as straightforward and direct as possible. The goddess wants you to be her child. That's one way of saying it. She wants you to embody her. Now, the goddess, that would be a capital T and a capital G, the goddess. The goddess represents the divine feminine. And every person, man, woman, has both masculine and feminine. So the goddess and the god are in all of us. Some of us, though, will do work for either one or the other, either for the god or the goddess. And the message that I'm getting is that the goddess wants you to do work for her. Now, the message is, this card is important, but not for the same reasons that I originally thought. This card is important because, okay, let me see how to get this right. Oh, okay. All right. So what I'm understanding, and the way you're going to test my understanding is to see how it feels to you. If it feels right, then you know that I'm giving you a good interpretation. If it doesn't feel right, then you know it's not for you. I'm giving you something that has nothing to do with you. You can throw it away, okay? But this is what I'm getting. In your case, and I've not really ever seen this before that I can remember, this card is not breaking yourself out of prison. This card is about creating a palace for yourself that protects your divine feminine. Now, this palace is an internal palace, and it is not a prison. You're not imprisoning your divine feminine. You're instead cherishing it and providing for your feminine self a safe place where she can play, create, draw, write, and otherwise express herself. So this is not about being imprisoned as much as it is about creating a safe place for the feminine to be protected and, of course, respected. Okay? All right. I really hope that's helpful. I hope that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me. I got it perfectly though. I got it directly from the goddess herself. Really, this beautiful being with this really tight outfit. Oh my God, her outfit is so beautiful. Like she's all in white and she has this beautiful like headscarf. It's like I don't know what to call it. It's a scarf and but it's covering her eyes, eh? It comes all the way down, it covers her eyes because she doesn't need her eyes. She's the lunar goddess. She uses her senses, she uses her heart. And it's like this silvery white silk, and from the ends are lovely beads like that hang, very light beads that hang from the ends, and she's in this white silky thing, and her she has this white silky gown that totally hugs her figure, goes in at her waist, and it comes down, and she's in a long skirt, and beautiful skin, beautiful lips, and she kind of purrs when she speaks. Hey, there you go. Lovely. All right. So that is your reading, Iman. All right. So I'm going back in here to see. I think I got everybody's reading done. I did. I did. I did. I did it. I did it. I'm done. I'm done. We did it. We did it. We're done. We're done. So I will be back here again broadcasting on Tuesday, June 6th at 7:30 p.m. Central European Time. That's my time zone here in Zagreb, Croatia. So I look forward to seeing you on June 6th. Please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube and you like this kind of stuff. Subscribe to my channel. If you're on my website and you haven't signed up to receive my astrology blogs and updates delivered to your inbox, please do so at the bottom of the page. There's a sign up form for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to the next time. All right, bye for now.